So what do I do?
PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They go play action with Jackson. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Up the middle with Barkley. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll start on the ground. ETN. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready up. Dragon 60. Set. 79 Bronco. Warrior 70. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The Falcons at 4-3, a game over 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Let's go now.
A give to Etienne running right. He'll take it inside the 25. This defense for the Titans, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Barkley inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. Another tote for Etienne. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Reload, reload. Street. Unlock line. Check.
In motion goes the tight end. A give running right, Etienne. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him down. He's carried the ball just 5 times. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Check out.
A first carry for Rachaad White. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
19 tight. 18 Rattler. 7 Pirates.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
18, Pioneer. Go.
He'll look to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You've probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Set.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Jalen Carter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He finds his man complete. It's Yates. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A first down carry for Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
69 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Carter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Okay, ready? Go!
They'll set up to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
He'll look to throw. Etienne bringing in another one. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Back to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second down and 8. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Yates. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And able to get this out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Travis Etienne, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for two.
The Falcons will line up for the two-point conversion.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They go play action with Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Dalton Kincaid, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 79 Bronco. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Running left, it's Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Jackson. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Titans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Now ETN to start the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
what I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed, and then we got to see it unfold in real time.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Come on, set. Hey, smash. Get up.
They'll try the right side here with White. And he's got some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That is caught at the 7. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Etienne is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When we say the game's on the line, I don't think we're overstating it here. These next few plays could very well decide this one. Advantage defense there on 1st and goal as they're able to get in and force the loss on that play.
Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Flush to his right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He finds his man complete. It's Yates. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Forced out to his left. And they force him to the sideline, corral him out of bounds here behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and 3rd and 8 now.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Second and 12. They'll look to throw. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Falcons! Travis Etienne with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. They'll look down the field here for Kincaid. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 241 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Let's go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. 20. This is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Falcons. Jalen Waddle, 43 yards. And the Falcons tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Hey, report. Sit up.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. Touchdown. A great effort there. 50 yards. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
38, Titans 24.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The first down. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, this was a very close...